everybody, this is Bonnie from Bonnie's Creative Place, and I am here with you today to show you some of the product that you can purchase now in the month of May. And this is an online exclusive, and it is a sunrise sailing, and it comes with one of the hybrid embossing folders, and I'm going to show you how to make this card right here. Now I have to say I saw a card similar to this on Pinterest and it really inspired me, and so I've done this card from that card there, but then these are some other cards that I've done with this set. I did this one here, which I think it's so cute. I love this card that I made. It's like there's a bunch of sails and it says best wishes right there. And then I thought this was an absolute fun card that says happy birthday and using the sailboat for the A. And so I did that there. So these were some fun cards, and we're going to make this one though today, and I'm going to show you how I did that. Now I did a lot of the prep ahead of time so the video wouldn't be so long, and I thought I could just explain to you some of the stuff that I did. So we're going to put some of this stuff off to the side, and we're going to get out my little kit here, and let's see, what do we all have to do? Okay, I don't need this piece. I don't want to lose my little birds. I have 3 of them here. There we go. So the first thing I did was I'm going to measure one because I don't really remember. From corner to corner, it measures 2.5. So from corner to corner on the bottom here, it measures 2.5. So I used that one, then I went right down to the next size, and then the next size. So if you find the one that measures, and these are with the arch dies, and they are also an online exclusive. If you find these, and when you get the whole set out, if you measure the one that measures 2.5 from corner to corner, and then take the next 2 that are right in line with it, then you have the right ones. So I needed a white one, and then I did an balming blue one, and then I did a night of navy one. So I did that, and then in this set, since I have to get out the stamp here, in this set, in the dies, as you could see over here, there are some clouds and a bird. And I ended up using the cloud and the bird dies. So I cut out 1 each right here. I cut out a big cloud and a little cloud. And then the birds are all on one. There's 3 birds all on one, and I ended up cutting all 3 birds out, and I did that in basic black. So I put that away because right in here it shows you the birds. Now, okay, sorry about that. My daughter called me from school, and I didn't know if it was an emergency, so I took the call. So I'm not sure where I ended off, but we're going to pick up right where I think I am. And we're going to do some stamping with the sailboat. So we've got the Night of Navy, and I'm going to stamp the boat in this. And we're going to stamp it right here. It just fits on my piece of white paper. There we go. So cute. And then I am going to stamp this, and this is kind of like without having to fill in, and it makes it look like waves of the sail, I guess. And I've got this embalming blue, and I'm just lining it up so that everything is, and this will lighten. If it looks really dark right now, It's because I just freshly refilled all my stamp pads with refiller ink. Okay, so now we have that. So now we're going to get out the die cut that cuts this out, which comes in this little bundle here. And sorry if I'm a little frazzled after, you know, you have a whole little system going down and then someone interrupts it and then you're like, oh, where was I? What was I doing? And so I'm going to put this on here and I'm going to die cut that. And also while I'm going to get the embossing thing out, I'm going to emboss this. Now when you do this, because I don't want this boat, you won't even see this boat. I'm going to be covering it up with all the archways. But you want to make sure that you have this all the way to the top, like that. And then you want to make sure that you have it centered, because that is what you're going to cover this when you put it through. So then you would run this through your embossing machine. You would use platform 1 and then the gray platform 4, and you're going to run it through. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and I'll be right back. Okay everybody, I'm back and now I've got this embossed. Isn't that really cool with just the Hybrant embossing? I'm going to have to do a video on that too, because this just comes out so awesome with the Hybrant and making it all embossing up. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take our white arch, and we're going to be using quite a few dimensionals in this project. So we are going to put one in each corner, and then one in the middle. And we are going to peel the backs off, and we're going to put this down in the center, right over top of the boat that's already there. It's a little high because you want this water part down at the bottom of it. So it kind of looks like that. I might actually have mine up a little too high looking at the other one. So I'm going to try, see if I can lower this at all. Because you want to make sure you're just, yeah. So when you, if you ever have to peel these off, I always suggest you add a little more like glue on them. So that way, yeah, you want the tip of this right on the tip of that sailboat. Yeah, there we go. That looks much better. Okay, then we're going to take the blue one, the embalming blue, and again we're going to put one in each corner and one in the middle, and we're going to peel them off. Sometimes it's easier said than done. And then we're going to put this right here. And then, yep, for the last one, the Night of Navy. And, or, yeah, it is Night of Navy. I almost keep wanting to think that it's not quite navy, because that's the color we used to have. And then we're going to peel the backs off from these. Okay. And we're going to put that one right down in the middle, just like so. I thought this card would be a great graduation card, because I use the saying, follow your dreams. And it's from an old retired stamp set. And then I just took a sponge, and I ended up using the Night of Navy. And I just sponged the end of this. Kind of makes it look like it's storming, and I'm not going to dip this again because there's definitely enough ink on this. And I'm just going to do the other side. Get that out of the way because I could see myself putting my hand in that, or the card. And then I only put adhesive on 1/2 of this, and I'm going to let it hang off the side just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing on this one. I'm only going to put it on 1/2. And I'm just going to lower it down. So it looks about like that. Looks like I got something on there, but we're going to go with it because I'm not going to mess with it. And then I'm not putting anything down, like I'm not popping this up because I feel like this card has enough pop going on. Okay. And we're going to just put this so it's just above those dots. And we're going to stick it right down just like that. And then we have our little birds, which this is probably the hardest part. Maybe not even the hardest, but the fiddliest part. I get it in my little tweezers like this. I don't even know if it's picking it up. And then I get my little glue pen. I add the glue. I think this is the bigger one, so I put this one out here. And it might not have been, but that's okay, as long as we have all the birds. And then we got this one. And we're going to put this one, and look at that. I got that mistake right there. I'm going to put that right over top of it. No one will ever know. Well, you and I and anybody else that watches this video will. See, so sometimes you got to keep going because you never know how you can change it with something that you put down. So there. So now we have our birds, and then I already went ahead and I stamped it in Night of Navy, and I stamped the word "Follow Your Dreams." And I think this would be a great graduation. I know I have quite a few graduations coming up here in June. And then I have a lot next year. So, anyways, normally I would use liquid glue on the back of that, but I was going to say, for the sake of the video, I was using the adhesive, Stampin' Seal Plus. Or no, I was just using regular Stampin' Seal, not the Plus. Whew. If you've stuck around with me through this crazy video this long, I definitely appreciate it. I usually try to do my videos at night where I'm not interrupted, and I needed to get a bunch of videos done today, so I'm doing them during the day. And I've gotten more phone calls and more stuff in between this video. So thanks for stopping by. If you could give me a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, I'd really appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed my card today. Bye-bye.